welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. And this one, it's a big one because we are going to be talking in today's video about Robert Lewandowski and why, in my opinion, he would be not just a good signing for Barça, not just a great signing, but a truly incredible signing for this club. Now, don't take my word for it, because I am going to be discussing in detail my decision about him. We're going to be going step by step, covering all the angles. We are going to learn more about Lewandowski, not only as a player, but also as a person. And we're going to be discussing exactly where he would fit in to Xavi's Barcelona team. It is all coming up today, and I really do hope that you enjoy this one. So let's get into it. Now look, guys, the very first thing that I want to say is that everything I'm about to say about Lewandowski, it's all relative, because what we have to do this summer is agree the right kind of deal. And of course we have to get it over the line as well in terms of the transfer fee, agreeing that and managing to agree that with Bayern. In terms of wages as well, we do not have an unlimited budget, and every single player that we do look to sign, it must be very cleverly negotiated. But from what we are hearing in the media right now, reports there of a €35 million bid from Barça for Lewandowski, and with him actually happy to reduce his wages in order to sign for Barça. In terms of the financial side, we are on the right path. But of course, one of the overwhelming things that when you talk about Lewandowski, when you mention him there as a potential signing, one of the big things people will throw straight back at you, his age. Robert Lewandowski is currently 33 years old and he turns 34 at the end of August. He would sign at Barça reportedly on a 3-year deal that would take him up there nearly until his 37th birthday. And so the big question undoubtedly would be, can Robert Lewandowski maintain not only his footballing ability for more years to come, but even more importantly, his physical level? Can he continue to compete at the top level for, say, 2 or 3 more years? The answer to that question? Honestly, guys, do not bet against it, because Robert Lewandowski, he's not your typical 33-year-old. When he turns 34, he won't be a typical 34-year-old either. This is a guy who was nicknamed at Borussia Dortmund the Body because of his incredible physique. And he's a perfectionist. When it comes to keeping himself in the absolute best condition, nothing is left to chance when it comes to his fitness, when it comes to recovery. You look at his wife, who is very much hands-on. When it comes to the nutritional side, she's actually a nutritionist. Lewandowski follows a very strict diet, and he even has a sleeping coach to absolutely maximise there his resting and recovery time. And don't just take my word for it either, because Pep Guardiola, who has coached, we all know, some of the best players ever to play this game, he said during his time at Bayern that Lewandowski was the most professional player he had ever met. He couldn't believe the lengths that Lewandowski was going to keep himself at that top level. And the result? What has that led to? What can we expect from him in these years to come? Well, look at this. This is Lewandowski's injury record over the last 7 seasons. And that, for me, is unbelievable. You look at that list there, and you would think for other players, that could be everything they went through this season, or maybe the last 2 seasons. But no, Lewandowski has kept himself in unbelievable shape. He barely misses a game every season. And that is why I wouldn't worry about age. Do not be guided by numbers alone, because this man, he's simply different. However, when you are talking about players who are entering the latter years of their career, when you're talking about players there who are entering their 30s and making a big move like this, the other thing that you always question around those big moves is, what's their motive? Why are they making this move at this stage of their career? Are they winding down? Is this somewhere where they can go and sit on the beach while their career ticks down? Is it money orientated? Are they making this move simply to make more money? And that's the thing, because to both of those questions, when it comes to Lewandowski, the answer is no chance, because it has become very, very clear very quickly that he is desperate to make this move to Barca. He's going to turn down more lucrative offers from PSG, from Chelsea, simply because he wants this challenge. And that is the key word. He wants a challenge. He wants a new challenge. And that's the big point. Because Lewandowski has dreamed of a move like this for the entirety of his career. And this is a big chance and a big opportunity that he couldn't let slip through his fingertips. I would say in many ways, it's actually not dissimilar to what we saw from Aubameyang back in January, whereby he's had his whole career, all of that, he's into his 30s now. He maybe never thought this chance would come, but look at the way that he snatched that. Look at the impact that he was able to make coming into this Barcelona team. And now, think about Lewandowski, because I think Levy does feel a bit let down by Bayern Munich. That's the way that I personally feel, like he wasn't really valued in the way that he should have been, especially there towards the end, given what he did for Bayern. And I think that's something here that's going to leave him very motivated, very angry maybe inside. But that, of course, in a footballer, that's fire, that's fuel to go and show them exactly what you can do. And I think there's more to it than that too, because I think Lewandowski wants to make this move to Barca to actually send a message to the entire footballing world. I think he feels deep down like he hasn't got the appreciation, like he hasn't got the true plaudits playing at Bayern. He feels he should have had by now a Ballon d'Or to his name, and he still hasn't given up on that dream. And make no mistake about it, Bayern are a massive club. They're a huge club. They're an incredible club, no doubt about that. But there's no place like Barca. There is no place here than moving to a club like Barcelona, like Real Madrid, because when you succeed there, it's just different. And just imagine the level of motivation that will be flowing through Lewandowski's veins, the challenge that's ahead of him, the opportunity of his career, and just the kind of appreciation and status that awaits him should he take us back to glory again. And speaking of glory, and speaking of taking us back to where we want to be, how is Lewandowski gonna do that? Well, there's one answer, and it's goals. Because when it comes to Robert Lewandowski, it is genuinely this simple. There is no better goal scorer in the world of football right now than him. And that's a fact. Because you look at these numbers over the past few seasons, during his time there at Bayern Munich, 50 goals this season in all competitions, 48 goals the season before, and before that, 55. And when you look actually at his three most recent seasons, one could even argue that he's getting better, that he's actually taken his game to another level entirely. And there's no stopping this man. And you also look there at the number of appearances. What we were saying earlier about the availability and the longevity of Robert Lewandowski, it is clear there. The consistency, it is off the scale. And I will go further than that too. I will actually delve a little bit deeper into those goals, because I'm not just talking here about any goals. I want to talk about UEFA Champions League goals. Because this, of course, is the tournament where we crave success like no other. And in the recent campaign, we scored just 2 solitary Champions League goals in 6 games. As a team, we didn't even manage double figures in shots on target. Whereas Lewandowski, his goals outscored our shots on target. He had 13 Champions League goals in 10 games during this campaign. And again, just look at the consistency. This is a player who performs at the very top level. He is a player who arrives on the Champions League stage. His numbers in this competition have been nothing short of absolutely incredible. And I mean, this says it all. This says everything you need to know, that he's only behind Messi and Ronaldo, the 2 best players this competition has seen. And there's Lewandowski, slotting in just behind them. And I should mention as well, with an unbelievable goal-to-game ratio too. But of course, guys, the big question still remains, but does he fit in at Barcelona? Can he fit here into a Xavi Hernandez team? That, of course, is an overwhelming question. But again, I would say yes. And I would first of all say, Xavi agrees with that. He would not be sanctioning this signing. He wouldn't have called Robert Lewandowski several times to tell him, you're my centre forward. You are my main man ahead of the new season, if he didn't believe that he would fit perfectly into his plans. Because how many times during the past season did we lack that presence in the penalty area? How many times are we looking for a player who could find themselves in the right place at the right time? And with the game at 0-0, we lack someone who could give us a decisive goal, who maybe, when we weren't playing so well, who could find a way to win us the game. And think of all the chances this season, guys, that we've missed. Think of all the opportunities that we haven't taken advantage of. Well, Robert Lewandowski, oh, he will. Every time, he will be there. And I do just want to make it clear and say, I know that we have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and I don't want to take anything away from the impact that he's made, because we are still going to count on him next season. I'm not disputing that, but it's not enough. Memphis Depay, likely to leave the club if Lewandowski joins. You've got Luke de Jong, who's leaving, Adama Traore, who's leaving, Ousmane Dembele, who's also likely leaving. You need more. At the top level, you need a wealth of options in those forward areas, because you look at any top team in the world of football, they don't just stop at having one great forward. You don't just rely on one player per position in today's game. With the amount of matches that you play, in order to compete on all fronts, you need depth. And not only depth, but quality in your depth at this level. And I just look at Lewandowski right now, guys, and for a player of this quality to not only be available, we hope, from Bayern Munich, but more still, to actively want to come here, to actually look to reduce his salary to make it happen during the financial situation that we find ourselves in. This is a massive opportunity. You do not get these kind of chances in the footballing world. And of course, people again, they will say, why don't Barca sign someone younger? Why don't they get a forward in who's got more years ahead of them? More time to grow and improve and all of this stuff. But what I would say is this. You could go out and sign a younger centre forward. You'd probably have to pay more money than we would for Robert Lewandowski. And even then, when they came in, if they grew, if they improved, after all of those years of development, I'd still bet you that they would not be at the level that Lewandowski is right now. We've spoken in detail about finding that perfect blend of youth, of experience, and knitting them together to form that perfect combination. And I just think this comes now at the perfect time. Not only for Barca, but for Lewandowski too, who would arrive here with that massive point to prove. We could do something very, very special together. And honestly, guys, I don't know whether you've noticed, but I really do hope that this move can happen. So please, guys, after everything we have discussed in today's video, what do you think about the potential signing of Robert Lewandowski? Please do let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you feel he would bring? What would he add to this Barcelona team? Is it a move that you would like to see happen? And of course, guys, in terms of all the latest news, all the latest updates, I will be keeping you right there when it comes to Lewandowski. Thank you for watching and for all of your support. It means a lot, and hopefully we are entering exciting times. I will see you soon, of course, with yet more videos. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.